I want to give opportunities to people that didn't have what I had. I know my journey, and I know how hard it was, and still is. My hope is that I left enough pavement so that ride is just a little bit smoother, a little cuter. The hair still stays in place. The clothes are not tattered. And that would be a beautiful thing to have with my name, is that I opened up doors for others. Hey everybody, I'm Dawn and I'm at my Essence shoot. I feel that I fully stepped into my own as an artist when I started my trilogy album. And I had something to prove to myself. I had so much to say. Doing 3 albums and telling my story in a trilogy was pretty powerful, and it began the journey of my independent career. And I did it with a shoestring budget, with nothing. And it began the tenacity, the story of me, and really the artistry of how I would approach my art. As an independent artist, what I've learned most about navigating this monster of an industry is you have to believe in yourself in a way that is so aggressive and so tenacious and so unreal, because the world will tell you you're not supposed to be there. So you have to know who you are in such a way that when there is a door that closes, you can open a window. When there is a window that closes, you can go through a crack. And that hunger, that tenacity will steer you in your journey of your independent life. My futuristic approach to my art comes from Afrofuturism. I think people don't know how much African culture and our ancestors tell a story of futurism. I learned that through my culture in New Orleans, through the indigenous culture that we have here. Our stories are our own, and most times people try to strip you of your stories first. But here in New Orleans, we carry those stories. We tell these stories every day. Using tech to tell that story has been fun. Quiet as it's kept, there is a huge tech community here. It's like it's here and we're pushing through. I've been able to travel around the world and see that tech and apply that to my art and show the culture of New Orleans in a very new and progressive way. I've been able to tell the story of the Indian, the story of New Orleans, the Ninth Ward, the story of our flood, the story of our pain and our resilience and our pride through futurism. I just choose to use that tech to speak to the indigenous, to speak to the ancestral, to speak to my culture. I try to use them to tell beautiful stories about my past. My album Second Line is very much the story of my culture, and beyond that, I've had multiple albums that have been love letters to New Orleans. New Breed was that as well. My father is in a band called Chocolate Milk, which is a 70s staple in New Orleans, and his music was in the New Breed album. So with Second Line was special because it talked about house, bounce, dance music, and the ownership it had for Black culture. And so Second Line was a respect, a homage to what our culture had already been a part of, that somehow they had sifted us out of it. And so it was a celebration of who we were. In the Second Line, the name itself, how we celebrate death, how we celebrate life. It's just so our own that I was saying that I was celebrating a death to the old concept of what house and dance is. I wanted to pay that respect, but also dance into what it really is.